All right, everybody. So I am here with Matthew. Which do you got to go by?
Matt's fine.
Matt Peterson, right? He is the event organizer, the MC of this awesome party event that's happening out in his Louisiana bayou. Explain, where is this happening? We'll talk about the SwampSTOL. This is an aviation event, SwampSTOL. Where is it happening?
That's right. It's happening in Jennings, Louisiana, rice country, just west of Lafayette, Louisiana, which is the next biggest town over. And Jennings is a great airport to have this at because it's got a great grass strip, hotels right there, and convenient, and it's crawfish country. That's the important thing.
I think I saw these little mud piles coming out of the grass. Is that the crawdads coming out of the ground?
Those are crawfish, not crawdads.
Crawfish.
Not crawdads. Crawdads are fish bait. We're talking about crawfish.
Okay, so we don't have gopher holes, but you've got crawfish coming out of the runway out there in Jennings.
That's right.
All right, so when is this happening?
Not on the runway. Yeah, and it's really it's a great runway. The airport director there, Dwayne Beebe, they've really got it worked up nice. It's got 16 inches of slope from the center to the sides. So even though we're not forecasted to have any rain, we weren't really worried about rain as far as being a factor for the competition.
No, I've seen it. It's beautiful grass. Is it what they call that, fescue? Is that what the grass is out there?
You know what? Dwayne's got a master's in ag business. I am sure he can tell you.
But I'm
sure he knows exactly what kind of grass that is.
It's a thick, hardy grass that nobody's gonna be wearing their tires out on this grass. It's all grass, no dirt.
That's right. And it is thick. It's thick. As they say down here, it's down in there like that. So it's really nice and thick, and the pilots are coming from all over, from Canada, Washington State, Miami. They love to compete here because of the runway. The runway is so nice, and of course because of the food and the live music.
Yeah, the camaraderie. It's a lot of fun. So when is this happening?
And this is happening this coming weekend, the 18th and 19th. Friday the 18th is going to be the practice. Anybody can come in for free and watch everybody practice and get ready. And then Saturday, the 19th, gates will open at 9 and everybody can come on in. $10 if you get your tickets online, $15 at the gate. And you can come on in. We're going to be flying all day. As I just told you, we just registered our 41st contestant. So we have got a full dance card. But if you have a J3 Cub, all right, this is very important. The new light sport category has only got one pilot in it. So if you wanted to come and win a Husky National STOL trophy, they have a really awesome laser engraved glass trophy that they give. Or if you wanted to win a SwampSTOL Mardi Gras medallion and you had a J3 Cub, definitely the thing you want to, definitely something you want to do.
So for spectators, it's $10 online or $15 at the gate. Your roster is filling up rather quickly. We spoke just the other night, and I think you're at 38, and today you're at 41. So it's still growing. If there's still pilots to be that are interested, what does it cost them to enter in to be able to compete in this competition?
To compete in the competition is $125. That's going to cover a lot of your meals, all of your meals for the weekend, except for the Friday night flyout when we go to DI's Cajun Restaurant, where they'll have live music. And some of the best Cajun food around here. And they also have a 2,000-foot grass strip. So we're all going to fly out Friday night for live music and dancing and food there at the restaurant. That's the only meal not covered for the weekend. And it covers your registration. And of course, we've got some swag and some goodies. I mean, Brian, you can't have one of these things without swag.
Right.
You got to have stuff. There's got
some swampy swamp.
So absolutely.
So there was a good show last year. I was there. There was a good number. I think there was probably 30 or 35 pilots that flew. We had a good crowd in the crown line. So if there's somebody new to this year that's first time hearing about this, explain what exactly is the National STOL Series and what are you doing there at SwampSTOL with this STOL competition?
So the National STOL Series is I believe a 7-event series, maybe about to be 8, that travels all around the country. From California to Florida, and then all the way north up to Minnesota for sodbusters. And they have named events. And these are traditional STOL events. In other words, what we're testing here is how fast you can take off and how fast you can land. And the score is kept in feet. In other words, you will pull up to the line and you'll see those pilots bring that engine up and they'll come to full RPM. And as fast as they can take off, when the main gear leaves the ground, their score is the number of feet that it takes them to roll out and take off. And then when you're landing, and this is where things get really interesting. If you land before the line, that's a scratch. And that means your set of scores does not count. And you'd be surprised who scratches. I mean, I tell him all the time, I've even seen Steve Henry scratch. Everybody scratches at least once. But then you take those two lengths in feet, combine them, and that's your score. And lowest score wins, obviously. Now, if you saw Yuma last week, they had a pretty good headwind, and Steve Henry took off in 6 feet. That's nuts. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's very short. So
you're
you're
really
saying
lucky to have that much wind.
So when you say fast, we're talking about fast as far as quickly departing the ground, meaning the length. You're measuring more so the length of departure and landing in this competition.
Correct.
Okay.
Shorter is better.
Okay. So we've said basically the what, which is going on. And so this is the competition. What else is going to be on the ground there as far as like eats and drinks and that kind of stuff on the grounds?
Well, we'll have our local vendor, Miss Marilyn. She'll be there. You can get some alligator on a stick. You can't get that everywhere. And there's going to be all kinds of vendors there. The Husky National STOL Series is very well sponsored this year. Macaulay Props will be there. And of course, our main sponsor, Avionics Husky, will be there. And I believe Mr. Sean Francis will be there with his brand new airplane. And I've been told that's a paint job I've just got to see. It's supposed to be gorgeous. I can't wait to see it.
A brand new Husky?
What's that?
A brand new Husky?
Brand new Husky.
Okay. And we're not talking about dogs, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about aircraft. So we are partnering with great companies like Dynon Avionics at Dynon.com, Airtech Coatings at AirtechCoatings.com, AviNation Youth Magazine at AviNationUSA.com. Take a moment to go visit their websites at the links found below in the description of this video. And visit our website at experimentalaircraftchannel.com for events, our video library arranged in easy-to-find playlists on specific topics, affiliate products, aviation merchandise, and so much more. It's not a dog and pony show. It's well, it could be, I guess, in airplane
It's kind
terms.
of a dog and pony show. It's a little bit of a dog and pony show.
Yeah. All right. So that's the what? Who is going to be there? What kind of aircraft should we see there? Obviously, you mentioned Husky, which is a big name brand, and backcountry aircraft. What other type of aircraft will we see here?
And you're also going to see one of our other sponsors, Legend Aircraft from Sulphur Springs, Texas. Mr. Darren Hart's going to be coming down with his crew. Okay. And they'll be an American Legend Cubs. That's not your father's Cub. And I mean, just some gorgeous airplanes there. A crowd favorite and one of my favorites is Mr. Mike Lemons, American Legend Cub. He's got a great paint job on that thing. Brian Steck will be here, a former champion. And they'll just be out there in the pattern beating it up. A lot of camaraderie with these guys, Brian. They all know each other.
Sure.
And everybody who's out on the series, you see the same faces over and over. In my division, in light touring, Jeff Pohl is coming down from Minnesota. I got to give a shout out to Mr. Kenny Monger, who's also coming. And we've just got a really, really great lineup. And for all of you Piper fans out there, Jeff Abrams is coming with a Cherokee 180. And he'll be landing a low wing Cherokee 180. And he'll be putting up some pretty good scores. You'd be surprised. But he was a pilot for UPS. A
low wing is coming to a STOL competition, huh?
Absolutely. And he does very well. He does very respectably. And it's really something to see a plane with that kind of range and speed and power and carrying capability getting off the ground as fast as it does. Then when you start talking about bush aircraft, you'll be talking about Huskies, Carbon Cubs, all of the name brands that you would expect from backcountry flying will be there. And also in the light sport, we'll have our favorites, the J3 Cubs. I'm hoping that a friend of mine brings his 46 J3 Cub. And then, of course, let's talk about the names that everybody really wants to hear about: Hal Stockman, Dan Reynolds, and Steve Henry. Now, there's our three big competitors, and they're very competitive. Now, they're all friends, of course. But
And that's a good cross section of aircraft. So you mentioned Al, who's flying a Rands, I think S7, so that's a Rands Designs.
That's right.
And then you've got Steve, who is doing a just aircraft, highly modified Highlander. And then Dan Reynolds, I believe, is a Chinook, not the helicopter Chinook, but something that's nearly an ultralight or an ultralight high wing that weighs as much as a feather, and he's going to be competing.
That's right.
And then I think I've heard also. So you got
driving in Texas still.
Is he still driving? Okay.
He's driving down as we speak.
So we got everything from Husky tail draggers to all the different brands of Cubs. There's so many different Cubs out there. I think I saw that there's a couple Zeniths that are competing. Again, the just aircraft. And then you got the certified aircraft, which is anything from a Cessna to a Stinson, I guess. I mean, all kinds of aircraft. So if there's an opportunity for you to come out and see some aircraft in person and get an up close example of how they can really perform, this is the event to go to. So if you're thinking about buying an aircraft or thinking about getting into aviation, you want to see how they perform and what they can do, this is a good opportunity to see that firsthand. Now, talk to me about the show more on camping, both for pilots and for spectators. Obviously, I'm traveling all the way from Florida. It's a 7-hour drive. What's available for camping and the amenities to wash up and so forth?
For pilots and volunteers, we have camping right there on the field. If you're a spectator, there is literally an RV park right across the interstate next to where you can hold a baby alligator. Okay. I mean, literally within a stone's throw of where you could hold a baby alligator. So there's plenty of camping available. The hotels are full. Everyone should know that. The hotels are full. And so if you're coming to volunteer or be a pilot, you can camp right there on the field. And of course, if you're a pilot or volunteer, we'll be providing meals for you there on the field. And then, there's all kinds of RV camping across a lot. There's a lot of RVs coming in, Brian. That's really starting to be a thing.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of folks coming. And of course, Miss Dion, Saturday night. Are we ready to talk about the entertainment?
Yeah, let's talk about the after show, because obviously we're going to go with the daytime, which is going to be cool this year. Last year was a little bit later in the year, and it was swampy. It was sweaty, and it was swampy. Thank you, Matt, for organizing in the middle of swamp season. But this year, you got to bring a blanket and a jacket.
That's right. It'll be down in the 40s.
Wow. Okay.
It'll be down in the 40s at night.
You know what? I might actually wear my socks. I might actually wear my socks with my sandals.
Get out of here. Sandals. You're not bringing your dancing shoe. We have the Bernie Allen Band again this year.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sponsored by the Coshada Indian Tribe of Louisiana. The Bernie Allen Band is coming. They're going to crank up at 5 right after the award ceremony out on the runway. And they're going to play until they're done. Nice. Late into the night.
Nice.
And then once they're done, we'll bring a few guitars out, and there'll be a little bit of us playing too.
All right. So the after show, after the competition's all over with, there's going to be some food right there. You mentioned an off airport thing on Friday night, which is about, I don't know, a 25-minute drive or probably like a 15-minute flight or something like that, because a little grass strip, which is great true Cajun food.
That's right.
Absolutely true Cajun food out there.
And then absolutely authentic.
Coming back to the airport, you mentioned there's going to be a band. Is that on the Saturday night, or which night is the band?
That's on Saturday night.
Okay.
Friday night, after we hear the live music up at DI's Cajun Restaurant, we're going to have to entertain ourselves until the wee hours of the morning. But then Saturday night, the Coshada Indian Tribe of Louisiana is bringing in the Bernie Allen Band. They're a real popular band down here. And they're the guys who played last year, Ryan. You know who they are. Oh,
they're very good. I'll be honest, I was a little shocked how good they were, because it's a smaller venue compared to some of the big air show stuff, but they actually brought it. I was quite impressed of the band that was there.
Absolutely. They're awesome. They're awesome. They've kind of become our house band, if you will.
Nice.
You
All
know,
right.
we're,
Well,
we're
I think we've given them a kind of a summary of what's happening. Most important thing right now is to buy some tickets. So where can they go online to go ahead and buy the tickets ahead of time, and also give you a heads up of knowing how many people are going to show up to this thing?
they can go to nationalstol.com. And if you look under events, you'll see SwampSTOL, and there's a link there ready to go.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing
and we're
you in
ready.
person here in just a few days. I'll probably be leaving out on Thursday, sometime be there Thursday evening in preparation for the practice. I want to catch the practice on Friday and see everybody warming up to this. And of course, the big day is on Saturday. So it'll be here before we know it.
That's right.
All right, everybody. So we'll see you out there this coming weekend, Friday and Saturday. Again, Saturday being the big event day. And plan on sticking out after hours. That's a good time to rub some elbows and get to know some people, some really great aviation people, learn about their aircraft, and just make some new friends. I mean, aviation is a huge networking and friendship opportunity, essentially. So come on out. We'd love to meet you and get to know you and introduce you into aviation.